Hi, my name is Maria Loy with FinancialJuneteenth.com, and today I'm going to have a really interesting conversation. It's actually been weighing very heavily on my heart lately with Dr. Harnet. Dr. Harnet, how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you, Maria.
Good, good. So, Dr. Harnett and I were talking just a moment ago before we started recording about safety. And I was explaining to her how, those of you who are in America, you guys know how violent our nation is every day. I mean, I live in Chicago, so especially for me, every day we're hearing stories about people who are just gunned down left and right. And Dr. Harnett was actually pretty stunned when I told her just how often we hear these stories of people being shot and killed and robbed at gunpoint and all these other really, really violent things. So she wanted to kind of chime in and just kind of discuss from a business aspect how safe it can be to invest in the in the continent of Africa. So, Dr. Harnett, could you kind of expound upon what you and I, talked about earlier in regards to safety and why it's safe to do business on the continent of Africa?
Yes, Maria. I mean, as I said, it was very interesting that you brought that topic up because we wanted to discuss it today, and I think one of the, let's say, one of the concerns many have when they hear about investing in Africa or doing business on the ground in Africa is the security concern.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it comes quickly up. Oh, is it safe? And they get worried about corruption
Mm-hmm.
and conflict and fraud and security on the ground in general.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that comes regularly up. Now, what we have to see is that Africa still consists of 54 different countries.
Right.
And the environment, be it the investment environment or doing business on the ground, it really vastly varies among the countries. So are there certain, let's say, are there certain countries where there is a clear security threat or threat for even for armed conflict? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really the, let's say, the extra brave and the extra risk friendly that would move into those markets. Now, what we have to see, there are markets that are, let's say, high risk, high opportunity.
Mm.
You also have markets which are high risk and low opportunity, and you will still find people to go into the high risk, low opportunity markets, which is absolutely crazy. Why would you choose a market with a high risk and a low opportunity?
Right.
And then you have high risk, high opportunity markets, and then you have low risk, low opportunity markets, and low risk, high opportunity markets. So the best, obviously, option is
Right.
low risk, high opportunity.
Right.
And they are available. And I would say, if we are looking all over Africa, I mean, some of those markets are quite clearly Botswana. You visited it, isn't
I
it?
did, yes.
So,
Oh my gosh, I'm missing it. That's why I'm
yes,
hearing this today. Although I got this from South
yeah,
Africa, so shout
wonderful.
out to South Africa and Botswana, but I am totally missing the motherland today. Just missing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Botswana, I haven't visited in person, but what I've read is like it's on my list.
Mm-hmm.
So Botswana is one of those countries, low risk, high opportunity. It has a very low level in comparison to the other countries in the
Right.
continent of corruption, of crime. It's been, very secure in terms of, let's say, armed conflict. Also,
Mm-hmm.
nothing has happened in this regard. So it's a very good place to do business. And actually, it's regarded as one of the top destinations for investments worldwide, not just on the
Yes.
continent. So
Yes.
worldwide, it's one of the top destinations. Another one is Rwanda.
Mm.
Rwanda is also like a low risk, high opportunity market. It's a small country. It's still vastly overlooked, I think.
Mm.
It is it is safe. It has really one of the lowest levels of corruption in the country. It is also safe, like not just safe in terms of armed conflict or terrorism. It's also safe in that regard. But it's also safe for you as an individual. Going on the streets in Kigali, even in the, let's say, by dark, during night, for a woman, or it's safe there. It's in comparison to other countries, it's regarded as one of the safest countries. And so Rwanda, certainly, if you're looking for a country with low risk, Rwanda needs to be on your list. In fact, it has been even suggested just recently as a retirement destination for Europeans. I mean, we can make that as a retirement destination for African diasporans. Why not?
Wow.
I know a lot of people are looking into moving into Africa. Not everyone is young anymore, And Rwanda, it is clean, it is safe, nice climate because you have it in the highlands, so it doesn't get like desert hot or it doesn't get extremely cold. It's a wonderful destination. Other countries, just quickly to run through, maybe Ghana is also one in that regard. Tanzania didn't have a history of conflict, for example.
Okay.
But yeah, terrorism is moving on unfortunately, a little bit in the Eastern Africa region, which is like a sad development.
Right.
But yes, I mean, there are markets out there where you have ample of opportunities, but very low risk. So if that's something that plays through your mind, the worry about how safe would my investment be, or how safe would my business be, go for those markets,
Wow, thank you so much for this great information. And I mean, if you guys are listening or watching this, you can actually have a conversation with Dr. Harnet. As you guys know, usually I record with Dr. Harnet and John Paul, but we're waiting on John Paul now. He's stuck in Lagos traffic, so he'll be joining us a little later on in another segment. But if you would like to speak with Dr. Harnet and John Paul, you can. There's a link in the description for this video. There's a link also in the article that is related or attached to this video as well, where you can actually get an opportunity to speak with them. They are the authors of 101 Ways to Make Money in Africa. As I've always said, and I always praise this book. I actually just bought it for a relative yesterday. This book is an excellent read. I got through with it in like really a couple of weeks, which that means a lot for somebody who works all the time and I have not, shamefully, I have to admit, I have not finished a book from cover to cover in years. So for me to finish this book in 2 or 3 weeks was just, definitely amazing. So it has a wealth of information in there. Again, if you're interested in speaking with Dr. Harnet and John Paul, there's an option to do that as well. So Dr. Harnet, thank you so much for this great information. I'm hoping to make my way back over to some of those safe markets, in particular Botswana, pretty soon. And thank you so much for joining us as always.
Thanks again for having me.
No problem. And you guys, thank you for tuning in. And again, we'll have another video as soon as we get John Paul on. Thank you guys so much. Take care.